Hello, look at this, no wind. The forecast for the whole week was quite windy, but there seems to be a period of about 3 hours now where the wind's like changing direction, and sometimes we get nice calm patches in the middle of that. So I'm going to give this a try. The CG is right on the spar there, which is probably a little bit too far back, so it could be a bit tail heavy, but let's see what happens. Oh, I think the motor thrust was pushing it down there. See what happens with no motor. Oh! What? Didn't break anything, at least. Just trim, I think that is, eh? Let me see if I can... that's as far as my trim goes. See if that helps. What? Now it's wanting to go way up too much. I think it might be just grossly tail heavy, but I'll give it another try with slightly less trim. Yeah. Yeah, the CG needs to go forward a little bit more, but only a tiny little bit. And I don't think it's going to be very easy to fly in general, so I'm going to have to change the CG in a minute, but let's give this one more try here. Oh! Exactly what I did not want to do. Seemed to lose all control when I turned the motor off. Not going that well, here are we? Man, I can't believe how much effect the trim is having. It's clearly tail heavy. Why do I keep trying? Last one. Okay, I put some weight on the front, so the CG is about 1 centimetre in front of the spar there now. And by the way, I did reduce the travels on these, so that's full travel there. Some people were commenting, reminding me to do that, so don't worry, I did. Okay. My God, it's touchy. See if we can glide. Oh, it's so touchy. I have a fair bit of expo set, but I'm going to need more. See if I can... Actually, you know, when you get used to it, not bad. Okay, the expo on both channels is at 64% now. By the way, is that percent, is that something that's common across all radios, or is it something that's specific to each one? I always wonder when I say 64%, does it translate to other transmitters? Here we go. Oh no, it's still too touchy. I can barely move my stick at all. But it's flying nicely at about half throttle. See if I can glide from there. Okay, so speed helps, it seems. So if I go just a little bit above half throttle, it's better, but boy is it pitching up and down like crazy. I think I might need to add some more nose weight actually. Probably can't really do too much more with my expo. Look at it bouncing up and down. Just going to land there. Actually, before I put more nose weight on, I'll just try reducing the travels to 40%. 40%, it was at 65 before. See if that helps. Yeah, that helps. It's still pitching up and down. I wonder if there's a little bit of loose, like slop in the control linkages. That's probably quite likely. Glide. Oh. Okay, I moved the CG to halfway between the spar and the front of the wing, and this is incidentally where the OpenVSP simulation software said it should be, so if it doesn't fly nicely now, I'll be a little bit disappointed maybe. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, much much easier to control, but it's feeling a bit nose heavy now. Oh, that's better. Oh, it still wants to roll quite a lot. And I'm still not really able to move my pitch stick much at all. Either of the sticks actually, so glide. I'm thinking I might need to still adjust expo and stuff. Oof. Okay, now we're at 70% expo and 35% travel. I really don't think there's too much more I can do with it. Okay. Oh, we've got a little bit of wind now. Okay. Yeah, that launch is a bit tricky. Needs that speed. Glide. Yeah, oh shit. As it slows down, I have to pull way back on the stick there to keep it level. Just because the airspeed slows and it doesn't have as much of that reflex action going on. These tail fins, by the way, I just press fit them on, they're not glued or anything. I might make some other ones later, but for now they just stick on there like that reasonably well. Okay, so you've got to give it a decent big burst of throttle on launch to stop it from doing that horrible swoop downwards. Okay, doesn't change pitch too much when the throttle is stopped and started. That's good. At least at that speed. Gliding. Motor back on. Alright, now I'm finally feeling fairly comfortable with it. And now I'm just hoping that that 6 amp ESC that I put in there doesn't burn out, because pretty small. Ooh, very wobbly and yaw there when I tried to turn. Quite fun though, actually. It's not quite going where I want all the time, especially in roll. It just sort of seems to wobble a bit, and now I'm thinking that that's purely due to the control linkages not being perfectly slop free. Just see if I can land, and hopefully this time I won't need to pull back so much on the stick as it slows down. Yeah, much better. Okay, travel's at 30% now. Again, not exactly going where I wanted it to go. Let's try from that side. This will be downwind. Oh, it doesn't like that. Loses a lot of height when you try and bank it for, like when you do a long banked turn like this. I wonder if it needs larger tail fins. Vertical fins rather. I think technically that's not a tail, is it? Oopsie. Yeah, there's a bit of a knack to launching it. Whoops. Fall back on the stick here and... Whoops. I let it get too close. So you need airspeed to be able to pitch up again. But if you get too close to the ground, putting the throttle on to get that airspeed is not going to help you, because you're just going to hit the ground. But fortunately nothing seems to be getting damaged. I was quite worried that this thin section here would break pretty much straight away, but it seems to be fine. Oh no, I'm at the end of my trim, so something's going to have to be done mechanically with the linkages if I want to be able to fly hands off. It slowed right down there and it didn't seem to want to stall, so let me try an actual stall test. About here. No, it just sort of goes slowly to one side. But I can still control it. Mostly. I have quite weak roll control, but I do have control. Gliding. Motor. I think, see how it bumped around a bit there? I think that was just the slop in the linkages. Because, well, it's not just that it's a small plane, it's also that it's a plank and it's a tiny little bit of movement on the control surfaces makes a huge influence on pitch. Yeah, you don't want to glide and turn a corner at the same time. That doesn't seem to work very well at all. It may not look like it, but my pitch and roll stick's kind of all over the place. It's moving around a lot. Just to try and get it to... I'm trying to get it to come past close by me so you can see it. But without hitting myself or the ground. Maybe a little bit more speed helps, huh? Seems to be doing a bit better here. Ooh, almost got a haircut. This is probably about 60% throttle here. Seems to be slightly more comfortable like this. At least it has less of a tendency to wobble at the speed. It's not really that comfortable for moving the stick around still. I still have to keep pretty active. I should probably think about stopping soon because I only have the 800 milliamp hour LiPo on there, so I think that'll do for the first few test flights. And not sure if I'll put FPV on it or fiberglass this bit here, or I don't know what I'll do with this yet, but anyway, that's how it flies for now and seems to be doing alright. So that's the battery I was using there for that, and with the lithium ion pack I won't need all this weight at the front. I'll easily be able to just put the battery there and probably chop this off. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope that was interesting. See you next time.